So many thanks to the, couldn't be a better introduction. So many things have been said, so it was a beautiful start. So I can make my presentation even slightly shorter. My duty now is to introduce the course, and to introduce the work of the first day, and maybe a bit enlarge what is the background of this course. So we are talking about the neurodevelopmental disability. You know, it's a very large panorama involving many children whose diagnosis can be done sometime early, sometimes slightly later. In many of them, a short-term diagnosis can be possible. The other point, why it's so important, the work that we are doing here, the neurodevelopmental disability are increasing. Let me do the first job with this technology. Let me see if it works. Yeah, do you see it? It's the first time I'm playing with such a pointer, I must say. High tech, Paolo, huh? High tech, huh? High tech. Anyway, so, yeah, of course, what I'm pointing is not funny. The point is, those developmental disabilities, there's a statistic coming from the States, is dramatically not going down thanks to medical research, etc. But it's increasing, and there are many reasons, as you probably know, of that. And that is well known also in the framework of the International Health Organization. So neurodevelopmental diseases are the major clinical problem for health. It will be more and more the main clinical problem. And most of the disorder, or the neuropsychiatric disorder in adults, thanks to an early treatment, their natural history can be changed, and therefore many sequelae can be prevented. So an early diagnosis and an early prognosis is terribly important. Can be done early, is important for parents, is essential to decide which children has to be followed up, but is also very important for early intervention, to tailor according to the infant need, to modify positively the natural history of the condition, and to evaluate the result of the intervention. So neurodevelopmental disability are the key point, one of the key points for health, and need to be early diagnosed and early treated to change the natural history and the fate, as the rector said, the fate of our children. So from early diagnosis to early intervention. But then the question is how to do that. Are good intention enough? We had to do something, whatever it can be in rehabilitation. No, we can't. Because as said, Peter Rosenbaum said already many years ago, good intention is not a substitute of good clinical evidence. So now we go why you are here from this ascension. The research in rehabilitation is increasing in terms of becoming a science from more an art is becoming a science, the research in rehabilitation, thanks to the application of evidence-based medicine. So rehabilitation, it is no longer enough to say that we do clinical work or not according to what parents or clients report that they're feeling better. We had to create an evidence around the result of our research. And for that, in order to create this set of evidence-based knowledge, we had to work on research methodology, result design, statistical and qualitative analysis, presentation, and writing. So not by chance, this point, which are repeated in this beautiful book that I don't know whether it is in the recommendation of the tutor of this day, but I strongly recommend that you read it. It's a very good book. It's in general rehabilitation research, in children and adults. but they are following the same topic, which is going to be the topic of your work in this day. Methodology, research design, statistical and qualitative analysis, presentation of a researcher. So we go by that. We return to the program of this day. And let me just say a couple of words around the main supporter with the university of the school, or the European Academy of Child with Disability. I think most of you know the European Academy. The European Academy is an organization which is diffused in the large majority in yellow of the European countries. We have a national coordinator in them all. There are very few still white spots that we do need also to still need to occupy with our organization. That is one of the goals we are having. And we include also some nations which do not belong to the European Union, as you notice. And what we do, we want to ensure the development of high-quality research and teaching in the field of child with disability, and to improve, therefore, the care these children are receiving. And in order to do that, we do annual scientific meeting, well attended every year by about from 700 to more than 1,000 people are attending our annual meeting. And so we have also a web page on education. And I'm mentioning that because the vast majority of the lesson here will be recorded and placed in the educational website. So kindly, the teacher allowed us to make the video recording for most of them, and the technicians, and again, another reason to thank the university, because the university provided the video service to make the recording. So we are under the video, under the cameras all times, yeah? And so people who will be not lucky enough to come here will be able then to at least to check the main lecture here on both the University of Pisa website and the EACD educational website. So thanks for your cooperation, because also many of your questions will be recorded on. Yes, Veronica. Also your question will be recorded. So as Professor Mancarella said, I have the honor of being the present chair of the ICD, and we have many strategic plans, our organization, and one is start a new EHD training education initiative on the benefit of participants, European countries. So one of them is the summer school. So we decided 1 year ago to run that. So I found immediately the cooperation by the university and the approval and the enthusiastic support by the rector. So we established a working group in the ACD together with the teachers, with professors of the University of Pisa. So there was an application, as you know, and you remember, I mean, you have been fighting with the website, with the criteria to get them finally accepted in the university, in the summer school. So there was very strict age requirement. That's why Professor Mancarella said that your face are very young. So there was very, and I got some harsh Twitter from some of the people age 36. They say, why I cannot attend the summer school just for 1 year, you know? Anyway, it's a pity, but we want really to invest in youth for the future of the cooperation. And so we have many applications, more than 50. Already a bunch was eliminated because just the format was not good enough. And then you know this number that was also presented by Professor Mancarella So that is the list. One name is missing, I've been told. So they are reprinting again this list, so you will know more each other. But in any case, please keep your badge all time. It will be easier, especially for amnestic people as myself, who are not below 36 and 35 any longer. So I need to recall your name every now and then from your page. So that is the program of today, devoted to patients and family-centered research, which is a basic point in order to identify good research questions together. So that is the topic of today. Tomorrow, with Professor Fosberg and Professor Goldberg from Sweden and from UK. We talk about methodological issue. On Wednesday, instrument and measurement and neurodevelopmental rehabilitation. Again, Sweden and UK, but other scientists, Professor Elias and Professor Seal. And then Professor Bernard Dan will talk about the credibility, scientific and ethical quality of research, which is a very, very important issue nowadays in research in children rehabilitation. So I'm very honored that Professor Dan will come, who is the expert of the ACD in this issue. And then in the afternoon, you will visit the Stella Maris Institute. And we are, as Professor Mancarella said, we are at the seaside, the building, and you will spend all the afternoon there. And also the social dinner there will be there. And then you will come back for the last, you will visit the many labs of Stella Maris. Not them all, because you will need more than one afternoon for, but we will select some of them which might be of more your interest. And then the last day we took how to get funds for your good, because I mean, if you have a good research, but if you are not able to get the funds for, so there will be Professor Newman from Switzerland and Dr. Gil Roffi, Giuseppina, Gil Roffi, yeah, anyway. Dr. Gil Roffi belongs to the European Union staff. So the people who have a lot of money, not much for our type of research, but we have to use the max of the European funds. He will tell us, he will not come with the money here, unfortunately, but he might tell us a bit how to look into the calls, how to present a good application, etc. So that is another very important point. So we will go back to the many people to thanks in the last day. Professor Mancarella kindly already started thanking the people from University of Pisa, from Stella Maris, from EACD who collaborated. Well, also the town. I was not born in Pisa, nor Professor Mancarella. There are very few of the tutors, of course, very few of the professors were. But several of us recognize now Pisa as their hometown somehow. I've been living here for more than 35 years now, so I spent the majority of my life here, and I was never really tempted to change, I must say. So please take time to walk a bit around. We will keep you very much busy, don't worry. But maybe at night are long, so you can take advantage to visit. Of course, it will be depending on the weather. Yeah. Don't imitate my scale of life. Just speak with my wife if you want information how this style of life impact personal life. Anyway, the weather. I decided better to have rain today, because the first day we must stay in all the time, so I asked for rain for today. Of course, that's another reason why we took 2 Dutch person to come here the first day, because they put on their luggage their rain. I can tell you, I've been working in the Netherlands for some years, and in the place where I was working, was raining 200 days per year. So they have rain, they know rain. Anyway, but good enough, they will leave tonight, and then tomorrow, you see, the sunshine will come, and they will come, not, but